There we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Opening Day 1977 and our first game of the 2025 calendar year. This is actually Payoff Pitch Baseball 1977, where you will watch the defending champion Cincinnati Reds take on the visiting San Diego Padres, live from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati on April 6th, 1977. Allow me a moment to get the chat up here. This is our project for 2025 calendar year. You can read all about it. Read all about it? No, you can hear all about it on my live stream from earlier today, where we unboxed the 77 card set, and I told you what I'll be doing with it this season, including writing a blog and a book about the experience. Yes, a real-life book. I'm a writer at heart. What are you going to do? In any case, here in 1977, we've got the Padres coming into Riverfront Stadium to face the defending world champion Cincinnati Reds. On the mound for the Padres, it's going to be Randy Jones. And on the mound for Cincinnati, we have Woody Fryman. Fryman out on the mound now, taking his warm-ups and stretching. In real life, Fryman will go 5-5 with a 5.38 ERA. He hopes to do a little bit better than that for Cincinnati today to start off their quest to defend their 1976 World Series championship. Something looks a little off here. Just kind of, hey Ben, gonna get a quick game in here. My wife is getting ready to go out to dinner, and while she's doing that, because it takes me considerably less time to get ready to go out to dinner, I'll get in the first game of the 77 project we discussed this morning. So Fryman's on the mound. He'll face a San Diego Padres lineup that comes out like this. In left field, batting leadoff, Gene Richards. Mike Champion will bat second and play second base. Dave Winfield will bat third and play right field. In center field, it's George Hendrick batting cleanup. The catcher will be Gene Tennis batting fifth. Batting sixth, first baseman Mike Ivey. At third base, Doug Rader bats seventh. Bill Amon, the shortstop, bats eighth. And Randy Jones, the aforementioned pitcher for the Padres, bats ninth. They will face a lineup that looks like this for Cincinnati. Third baseman Pete Rose will lead things off. Apparently my refrigerator decided now's the time to make some ice. Right fielder Ken Griffey will bat second. Joe Morgan, the second baseman, batting third. In left field, George Foster bats cleanup. Dave Concepcion mans shortstop and bats fifth. The first baseman, Dan Drazen, will bat sixth. Catching is Bill Plummer. He bats seventh. And batting eighth, the center fielder, Cesar Geronimo. Fryman, the pitcher, will bat ninth. So Richards is out and ready. The left-hander versus the left-handed Fryman. We're ready to get things started here in Cincinnati. The ump says play ball, and the season is off to a good start. I see 762. That's a tough result for Fryman, and he strikes out Richards. Quickly one away here for Fryman. Now, Fryman only has a wild pitch 30 and a strikeout, no extra strikeout range, so we don't have to be on the lookout for that. Here's Mike Champion. Champion, the second baseman, bats right. That's cocked, so we'll re-roll it. And it's still a 4. 5, patient, and 92 is going to be a fly ball to left field. Over there is Foster, and he'll make the play for the second out. You're listening and learning. All right, Dave, I'll try to take it slow. Thanks for a nice podcast today. My wife was sleeping throughout, and I did not want to disturb her, but I do appreciate the invite. Well, definitely take a rain check on that if you're up for it another time. So Champion is out with the second out, and here's Dave Winfield. Now I use old dice, and this isn't going to be a how-to, but I'll explain some things as they come. But the dice determine the at-bat, and we all know how that works so far. So Fryman's ready. Winfield is into the right-handed batter's box. The pitch, it's an 8. That's tough, and 20 will strike out Winfield. Against lefty, sorry. Still a strikeout. Winfield goes down. Fryman strikes out 2 in the first. And nothing doing for San Diego in the first. We'll go to the bottom half. The defending world champion Cincinnati Reds will come on to face Randy Jones. In real life for the Padres in 77, Jones went 6-12 with a 4.58 ERA. Jones throws left-handed. He doesn't throw wild pitches or strikeouts, so we don't have to worry about that extra result. Something I did to make sure I don't miss wild pitches is I colored in the 3 on my tens die. That really helps. I don't usually miss the strikeouts. They're very rare that we have a pitcher that does strikeouts, like Nolan Ryan is often one in my 73 replay, so he's pretty easy to remember to look for the 5. But in any case, Pete Rose coming up. Rose bats switch. He'll bat right against Jones. First at bat of the season for Pete, and here's the pitch from Jones. That's a 10-23. Patient. And a base on balls. Rose lays off a high pitch and gets the walk. So Pete is down there. All right, here's our first learning moment. I purely use auto steal, and I always check for the auto steal because I want my stolen bases attempts and successes and caught stealings to come out right. So I look at the steal number. It's a 4. That means every time a guy is on first base with less than 2 outs, I'm sorry, it doesn't even matter if there's 2 outs. The guy's on first base with nobody on second. He has a chance to steal the first time he reaches base. All right, so Rose is a 4. I have to roll a 4 or less. If I do, Rose gets a good lead, basically, in strat terminology, and we'll try for the steal. So that's a 9. Rose does not get a good lead this time, and he does not attempt the steal. I do that every time a guy is on first with nobody on second. I have kind of a house rule where if it's a big lead late in the game, nobody's stealing anymore, like a 5-run lead or something, except for very, very good base stealers. In any case, Rose is on first, and it's going to be Ken Griffey coming up, left-handed batter against the lefty Jones. 10-52. Patient, and that is going to be hit into the gap by Griffey. He turns on it and drives it into right center field. Chasing it down is Winfield. He's deep in the gap by the time he recovers. Now that's a patient double. So Rose will automatically advance to third. And I'll have the choice to advance him an extra base because it's patient. Okay, because it's patient. So the first thing we have to figure out is where was the ball hit? Well, that was a 52. We look at the tens die, that's a 2. And I'm going to look at my hit location chart. On a double, a 2 says the ball was a line into left center, cut off by the left fielder. So now I know the left fielder fielded this one, right? So when I look at the choice, I want to look at Rose's running rating, which is a 7, and the left fielder's arm rating, which is a 5. Pretty good arm by Gene Richards. Now, here's what Joe recommends, Joe Bryan, when I talk to him about this. If you don't want to make the decision yourself, roll for the batter's running rating, which is an extra roll, but I like this. Hey, DJ John, happy 2025. So check the batter's running rating first to see if he tries for the extra base when you have a choice. Make it the batter's choice. So Rose's running rating is a 7. And we roll an 8. So Rose will hold it third, okay, because we didn't roll a 7 or less. That's how I play that. I've just started doing that recently, but I really like it because otherwise I'm pretty conservative, and I almost never go for the extra base with less than 2 outs. So this takes the decision out of my hands and lets the players play, if you know what I mean. If you have any questions at any time, anybody, feel free to ask. This is just how I play. I'm not saying this is how you're supposed to play, but this is how I play it. And I have tried to clarify some of the issues on the Payoff Pitch Forum on Facebook. And Joe's answered a few of my questions, so that's been nice. In any case, it's second and third now. Jones in trouble. There's nobody out here, bottom of the first. And Joe Morgan's coming up. So nobody's on first. No steal situation. Don't have to worry about that. Here's the pitch from Jones to Morgan. It's an 8 in play. 0-1. And that's going to be trouble. Morgan gets a hold of this one. Drives it out towards center. On the run is Hendrick. He can't get there, and it bounds away from him. So that's going to be a double for Morgan. Both runs will score automatically because they'll advance at least two bases on a double. And quickly, it's 2-0 Cincinnati as Morgan has himself a 2-run double. 2-0 Reds, defending their world championship in style. All right, so now, sorry, hold on. Morgan is on second base with nobody in front of him, nobody on third. So here's his auto steal number. It's a 7. But in order for him to try to steal third, we have to roll below the auto steal number but it has to be doubles. Okay? So, in other words, it's only going to be a 2, a 4, or a 6, and it would have to be doubles on the dice. So, the 2 would have to be a 1 1, the 4 would have to be a 2 and a 2, and the 6 would have to be a 3 and a 3. All right, so we'll roll those. And of course, one will jump off. Well, we see a 5, so we already know we're out of luck. So an 8 means Morgan will be satisfied at second. No good lead for him as Randy Jones keeps a close eye on him. And that'll bring up George Foster. Foster, a big slugger, 52 homers in 77. And Jones is already in trouble. Well, they're not going to walk him, but they might pitch carefully. Jones with the pitch. That's just color, no game mechanic for pitching carefully that I'm aware of. 869 is an in play against the lefty. This one's going to be grounded to second base. Since it's to the right side, Morgan will automatically advance. Fielded by Champion, and he'll go over to first to retire to retire Foster for the first out. So now Morgan on third with one down, and here's Concepcion. Concepcion, a clutch hitter always. Jones waits. Concepcion from the right-handed side. Got some jumpy dice, but if they're flat, they're good. 919 in play. And that's going to be a base hit. And Morgan on third will score easily. He trots home. And Concepcion has an RBI single. So Dave's on at first. We'll check the auto steal. It's a 5. An 8 says Dave does not auto steal, so he doesn't get a good lead. Jones, for whatever else he's doing, is holding the runners well right now. I don't even use the hold rating as far as the stealing goes unless I roll a 12 on the auto steal. Then the hold rating informs me as to, whoops, I just close Chrome. Then the hold rating informs me as to which pickoff column to use. Okay, but that's the only time the hold rating comes into effect the way I play. So, hey Doug, how you doing? Oops, I'm having a little laptop trouble here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. All right, so Concepcion does not get a good lead, to use strat terminology again. And here's Dan Driesen, the left-handed first baseman. Concepcion on first, 1 out. And that is a 536. Well, we got to check wild pitch. Jones doesn't have any. So we'll just go to the result. 5 is an in play. 36 is a pop-up on the infield. Back of the pitcher's mound, Allman comes in a few steps over by second base, and the shortstop, Allman, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Driesen pops out on the infield for the second out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Bill Plummer. Plummer, a right-handed batter. There's 2 outs, Concepcion on first base. Here's the pitch from Jones, trying to get out of trouble here in the first. 6:52, a tough pitch. And Plummer chases one down on strikes for the third out. And Jones settles down quickly, but not before 3 runs come in. And after 1 inning, the Reds lead 3-0. Used to roll auto steal, then used to get a jump chart, which does use the hold, but then it seems to reduce the number of attempts. So I've discarded to get a jump. Yeah, I didn't like to get a jump chart, and I don't like just deciding when to steal or rolling against the hold. First of all, it's an extra roll. And second of all, I am really aggressive with the good base stealers, and they get far too many attempts. And I'm really conservative with the bad base stealers, and they get no attempts. So the auto steal takes that out of my hands and ensures that I get a realistic amount of attempts for every player, for the most part. Of course, there'll be outliers. Some guys who have a 2F will occasionally end up trying to steal 4 or 5 times over the course of a season, and even maybe be successful a few times. But yeah, I'm okay with that. And other guys who stole 1 or 2 bases won't get any attempts in the entire season. But that's just the way it rolls. And that's not unheard of. In any case, Fryman's coming back to the mound. Happy New Year, Doug. Trying to play in a neutral as manner as possible. Exactly. I just want to watch the game. I'm going to make the managerial moves, but the players on the field, I just want them to perform the way they did in real life as closely as possible. So George Hendrick will lead things off, try to get something going for San Diego. Fryman pitched a 1-2-3 first. And here's Hendrick's first at bat of the season against the lefty Fryman. That's a 681, so we've got a patient and a fly ball to center field. Roaming over is Geronimo, and he'll make the catch for the first out. Okay. We've talked a lot about auto steal. I'll talk very briefly about what I've decided to settle on for my base running rules, I use basic base running. Okay, so if it's a wheelhouse, well, let's start at the. Normally, a batter will advance one base on a single, two bases on a double, three bases on a triple. And obviously, they'll score on a home run. If there's two outs, everybody gets an extra base. If it's wheelhouse, everybody gets an extra base. But wheelhouse and two outs don't stack, so you don't get two extra bases for wheelhouse when it's two outs. So wheelhouse, a single advances twice. Two outs, a single advances to third. Advances. I'm sorry, so let me explain that better. If there's a guy on first and the batter singles, with wheelhouse and two outs, that batter will go to third. If there's a guy on first and that batter doubles, with two outs or wheelhouse, the guy on first will score. Okay, and I just keep it simple. I used to worry about the running ratings. I used to have a kind of a combo system going. I tried the facts. I don't think it matters that much. And then patient is always choice, except with two outs. Patient is always choice, except with two outs. Well, actually, that's not true. Patient is choice with two outs. Excellent runners run amok. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You end up with really skewed results, which is one of the things that always drove me nuts about the way I played Strat. So, yeah, but we'll go over the base running situations as they come up. But that's basically it. I just do the basic. And it works pretty well for me. So here's Gene Tennis, and it keeps the game flowing, most importantly, which is what I really want. So here's Tennis making his first at-bat of the season against Fryman. Fryman delivers. It's a 5-40. Patient, and Tennis, as he's wont to do, will draw a walk. 1-96 walks against lefties. So we'll check Tennis's auto steal. It's a 3. And the 6 says he's not stealing. And that'll bring up Mike Ivy. Ivy, a decent hitter. 1 on, 1 out. Fryman delivers. It's a 7-84 tough pitch. And this one's a grounder to short. There's a runner on first, so we're going to check the double play chance. DP 5 or 8, so we go with the lower number. Mike Ivy's is a 5. We roll a 10. Now, that's not a double play, and on anything up to a 10, it's going to be a fielder's choice. So, grounder to short. Concepcion goes the short way, tosses to Morgan at second to retire Tennis, and he reaches on the fielder's choice. In this case, Ivy's reasonably quick. We'll say he beat the throw. If this was a 11 or 12, they only have a play at first base. So Concepcion would have thrown to first to get Ivy. Okay. What's up, Mike? Happy New Year, man. Nice to see you. Doing a little bit of an instructional base running thing today for Dave Gardner's edification. So Ivy's on first. I did not check his auto steal, did I? So he's a 3. No auto steal for Ivy. And that brings up Raider. Doug Raider, a third baseman, taking his first at-bat of 1977. That's a 7-0-0. All right, now we have some fun. Tough, rare play with runners on base. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to get out my rare play chart. I'm going to re-roll my percentile dice. That's a 12. And we're going to go to runners on base, tough. Just check the situation. There's a runner on first with 2 outs. That is a 12. Catcher with an A range. Nope, he's got a D range, so we can ignore that. Catcher with a B or worse range misses the pitch, and runners advance 1 base on the pass ball. So Fryman delivers, and Plummer is crossed up, and that one gets past him. Ivy will meander down to second as Plummer goes and recovers the ball. And we'll reset with Raider at the plate. Runner on second now in scoring position. Mike, you as well, man. Have a happy, healthy one. And everybody in chat, please have a, first and foremost, healthy New Year. And happiness will be a lot easier with health. So Ivy on second, Raider back in the box. Waits for the pitch from Fryman. It's a 3-16. Ballpark chance here. 16 right-handed batter. That's a wheelhouse chance for Raider. So we'll re-roll the percentile. 91 on the wheelhouse versus lefties. It's way too high. This is a sharp grounder down to short. Concepcion fields it cleanly, takes his time, and fires to Driesen at first, and that's the inning. So a walk, one left, no runs. San Diego gets a base runner, but can't come up with any runs. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Randy Jones will face 8, 9, and 1. That's Geronimo, Fryman, and Rose. Here's Cesar Geronimo, left-handed batting center fielder. Jones is ready. Geronimo waits for the pitch. It's a 7.79. In play. Fly ball out to center. Moving over toward his left is Hendrick, and he takes it in stride for the first out. You had your first salad of the year for lunch. Nice, man. I'm actually skipping lunch today. Today's my birthday, as some of you may know. So yeah, New Year's and birthday. Woo! So we're going out to dinner, and my dog has suddenly lost her mind.
She's hungry.
She is hungry. So we're going out to dinner, and I am going to have a burger and a beer for dinner, but after that, it's going to be salads all the way down, baby. Well, here's Fryman. He's a pretty good hitter. He's going to use the 13 column, and he bats left. Lefty on lefty action, Jones to Fryman. 9.23. It's an in-play result, and a bouncing ball up the middle. This one has eyes. Nobody can get to it, and Fryman finds himself on first base with a one-out single. Pardon me. Now, Joe, actually, he does supply the auto steal ratings for the pitchers on the as-played score sheets. You may not know that. They're not on the cards unless they have a batting card assigned to the pitcher, which Fryman does not. But the as-played score sheets that are available have the real stolen base rating for that pitcher for that season. In this case, Fryman has no number, so he doesn't get any auto steals. He has a C if I wanted to try him, but I don't do that. So that would only be in the case of a hit and run for me, which I rarely use. And here's Rose. Rose walked and scored a run back in the first. It's only the second. And Randy Jones has a runner on first. The pitch. 38, no wild pitch. It's a 7.38 in play. And pops this one up on the infield. Over is Almond behind second base, and he makes the catch, retiring Rose for the second out. So 2 outs now, and here's Griffey. Griffey doubled and came around to score in the first, batting 1,000. And that is a 6.17 tough pitch. And Griffey swings over a breaking ball for the third out of the inning. So Jones has definitely settled down. And after 2, it's 3-0 Reds. Fryman coming out to face 8, 9, and 1. It's Almond, Jones, and Richards. Here's Bill Almond, the shortstop. He bats right. Fryman with the pitch. Dice are jumpy today. They're excited for a new year and a new replay. It's 5.76. Patient. And fly ball to center. There's Geronimo. He has it. Can of corn, and Almond is retired. 1 away. Now it's Jones. He bats as a left-handed 3. Fryman looks in for the sign, likes what he sees, and goes right after Jones. 3 doesn't matter with nobody on base. 7.35. Tough pitch, and swinging and missing at the fastball is Jones for the second out. Second strikeout of the day for Fryman, and we'll go back to the top of the order for Gene Richards, who was the first. I'm sorry, that's the third strikeout of the day for Fryman. And here's Richards, who struck out his first time up. David Vega, welcome. Happy New Year. The 2-out pitch from Fryman to Richards. It's a 5.45. Patient, and he lays off, and he'll take a low one for a base on balls. So Richards ambles down to first with 2 outs, and he's got a pretty good auto steal. He's a 7. Let's see if it comes into play. It does not. Fryman with a throw over keeps Richards honest, and he has to shorten his lead. So 2 outs, runner on first for Champion, who flew out to left his first time up. That is a 5.70. Patient. And a grounder down to second base. Joe Morgan is there. He'll go the short way to Driesen at first. A routine play. And the inning is over. So 1 walk, 1 left. No runs for San Diego. They still trail by 3. So we head to the bottom of the third. Jones will face 3, 4, and 5. Morgan, Foster, and Concepcion. Morgan had a 2-run double in the first inning. Right now he's on track for, my math is eluding me, 324 RBIs. Be a hell of a season. The pitch from Jones to Morgan, it's a 5.03. In play, this could be trouble. Morgan once again clobbers this one out toward left center. It is tailing away from Hendrick, and it drops in. Morgan's around first, on his way to second, and he'll be in with a leadoff double off of Jones. Morgan's auto steals a 7, but remember, we need doubles to try to steal third. That's a 3 and a 1, if you were wondering. So Morgan bluffs going, but Jones steps off, and Morgan trots back to the bag. Here's George Foster, 0 for 1. He grounded out. 703, another in-play result, and this one's trouble as well. Foster rips this one down the left field line. Chasing it is Richards. It drops in and bounces off the wall past him. Around third is Morgan. He will score, and Foster comes in to second base ahead of the throw. An RBI double for Foster, and it's 4-0. Foster's an auto steal of 4. 6 says no lead. And that'll bring up Concepcion. If you hear weird noises in the background, that's my dogs eating dinner very vigorously. Concepcion's 1 for 1, an RBI single back in the first. Nobody out here with Foster on second. Cincinnati threatening to run away with this one. 894 in-play result, and this one's lofted to left field. Under it is Richards. Takes a few steps in, and Concepcion is retired. Foster retreats to the bag. No advance on fly balls to left field, folks. Just doesn't happen. I keep it simple. Here's Driesen. Mike's purely a Stratomatic guy, that's right. Used to be me for a long time, until I found payoff pitch and got comfortable with it. Well, here's Driesen. He popped up to the infield his first time up. Jones from the stretch. 749 in-play result. And this one's going to be grounded to first. All right, here's where it gets interesting. It's to first. Foster will automatically go to third because it's to the right side. Now, how do you score it? Is it a 3 unassisted, or is it a 3-1? If it's a 0, 1, or 2, I score it a 3-1. I believe that's what the instructions say. Since the second die is a 9, that's going to be a 3 unassisted. So this one's grounded down to Ivy. He picks it up and beats Driesen to the bag. For the second out. So Foster's over at third now, and here's Plummer. Plummer struck out his first time up. Jones would like him to repeat that. Jones is ready, and here's the pitch. That's a patient 69, and he goes up to 68, just out of range. Fly ball to center field. Hendrick moves over and takes it in. And that's the inning. But 2 hits and 1 run, and after 3 complete, the Reds lead 4-0. 0-1-2 is the 3-1 ground out, otherwise it's 3-U. I thought so, Ben. Thank you. That's how I've been playing it, so I was hoping I was right. I need a little sip of water here. Well, here's Winfield to lead things off, trying to get something going for the Padres, who are in a 4-0 hole. Here in the top of the 4th, Winfield struck out his first time up. Here's Fryman. The pitch. It's a 10-41. Wheelhouse chance for Winfield, and he gets all of this one. Oh, forget about it. The first hit of the day, driven deep to left field by Winfield, and it's 8 rows deep in the lower deck. The first hit off of Fryman, and it's a doozy. Winfield with a 360-foot blast. And his first home run of the season. And the first home run of 1977. And I think my dog wants to go out, so I'm going to let him out. You go outside? Come on. Go.
I'm just coming. Go ahead. No, don't have to do that. Come on.
They did the other day.
Come on, babies.
Wife is letting the dogs out. Hold on 1 second.
Do your business. Hurry up.
JC, am I excited about Strat 1970? It's the season I wanted, DJ John. So we'll see. I've pretty much committed to doing this as a year-long project, but I will most likely pick it up, yeah. I was excited for 2024 already, so I'll probably pick up 70. Well, Winfield's homer puts the Padres on the board. It is 4-1 now, and George Hendrick steps in. George flew out to center his first time up, batting nothing. He's terrible so far. 6 is a patient and 45, and Hendrick lays off an outside one. And that's a base on balls. Hendrick's auto steals a 4. And he's got a shot. All right, there's our first steal attempt. So Hendrick will have a steal attempt. We're going to consult his stealing rating, which is a C, which is also on this chart over here. Yep, 4C. Against the catcher's arm, which is a 2. So C2 should be a fair chance, I believe. It is. And we just roll the percentile dice. 26 on a C2, and he's going to get caught. So the first pitch to Tennis is outside, and Hendricks on his way to second. A strong throw from Plummer lays down the tag, and Hendricks is caught stealing for the first out. Hendrick, pardon me. So 1 out here. Top of the 4th. And here's Tennis. Tennis walked his first time up. He does that a lot. 8-14. This one's tough. He won't walk here. In fact, against lefties, he always strikes out. Wow. That's wild. So Tennis looks badly fooled on that pitch. And he'll grab some pine. There's 2 outs now here, top of the 4th. Mike Ivy coming up. Ivy, the first baseman, grounded out his first time up. 597 is patient. And lofted out toward the left. Ivy got around on it, but he got under it. And now so does Foster. And that's the inning. So the Winfield homer, the first hit for San Diego, it's a big blow. But they still trail by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Excuse me, one moment. Standing right here by the door. And he wanted to come inside. Okay, there's the other one. Mr. and Mrs. Barks a lot. Well, nobody's up apparently. Here's Randy Jones coming out for the 4th inning. Now, by the way, if you're wondering how I do fatigue, I do it straight. Payoff pitch says they can pitch until this inning, and in that inning, if they've given up more than 3 runs, they're tired. Well, Jones right now has given up 4, so I'm going to let him go unless he gives up 6, in which case he'll be automatically fatigued. Well, here's Geronimo, or if I have to pinch hit for him in a good situation. Geronimo 0 for 1 today. 7-17 in play, and that's a base hit, a line drive into right field for Geronimo. He'll hold at first as the throw comes in from Winfield. Geronimo auto steal 4. 5 says nothing doing, and Fryman is coming up to bat. Fryman's at 13, which isn't a bad hitter, but let's see. He's a C bunter, and I think that's the way to go here. If I can find my bunt chart. I believe it's on the back of the stolen base chart. So Fryman's going to square around to bunt and try to advance the runner into scoring position. So what we do there is we roll 1 die. There's no adjustment because all the defensive adjustments would be factored into their bunting rating. And it's a 6, which means it'll be fielded by the catcher. And a 68 on a C is going to be a sacrifice hit. And I said a 6, right? Fielded by the catcher. So Fryman gets the bunt down in front of the plate. Out for it is Tennis, and he only has 1 play. Takes the safe play down to first. A successful sacrifice by Fryman, 2-3. And Geronimo moves to second with 1 out. All right, so Geronimo's on second, and here's Rose. He's 0 for 1, walked and scored a run in the first. .11:32, 32 no wild pitch. Wheelhouse chance here against the lefty, and this one is a hard single. Rose gets around on it, drives it into the left field gap. Running all over to cut it off is Richards deep in the gap. Around third is Geronimo. The throw comes in. Geronimo scores easily, and Rose has himself an RBI single, and the Reds lead 5-1. Well, the bullpen's working now. Some guys loosening up, and Rose's auto steal is a 4. He will not be going. And Griffey comes up. Runner on first, 1 down. Ken is 1 for 2 on the day. 787 in play. This one's grounded to second base. Could be a double play. DP number is a 6. And grounded to Champion. He grabs it, flips to Almanat. Second and on to first in time. Ivy with a great stretch and a 6-4-3 double play. Saves Randy Jones some potential heartache as he gets out of the inning. My dogs lose their mind because somebody's walking their dog. And this is just, they were so quiet all day. Well, that's because my wife was sleeping on the couch not feeling well. Now she's up doing stuff. And of course, it's a terrible time to stream, but it's okay. We're having fun. So we'll go to the fifth. The Reds extend their lead 5-1. And Fryman will face 7-8-9, Rader, Almond, and Jones. Here's Doug Rader, who's 0 for 1. Rounded out his first time up. Hold on a second. Oscar, come here. Good boy. They are excited. I apologize. Hopefully it's not ear shattering. Come here. Come here. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Thank you for protecting the house. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I know. I know. I know. Yes. Very stressful. Very stressful. It's okay. Who's a good boy? Thank you. Yeah, hi. Hi. Can I play my baseball game? All these people want to watch this baseball game. They're very kind. They're spending their New Year's afternoon with me before I take Mom out to dinner for my birthday. I guess she's taking me out. But, all right, good. All right, back to the action. It's going to be Rader leading off. I don't remember if I rolled these, so I'm going to roll them again. 627. I think I just robbed him of a wheelhouse, but oh well. Patient, and that's a base on balls for Rader. I don't do the replay thing. If I don't remember, I just re-roll them. So Rader's on first with nobody out. Auto steals a 3. 8, he's not going anywhere. Lift him up and shot. I'll bring him over. I'd have to move the camera around. There's not even enough room to get him on top of the table. It would be a tragic mess, Mike. But at the end of the stream, I'll give him a little cameo. If you're still around, or you can come back and watch the end later. Well, here's Almond. Almond's 0 for 1. That's an 8, if you're wondering. 1180, tough pitch. And lofted to center field. Geronimo with the range and the beat, and he makes the catch on the run. Rader will retreat to first, and man, it's windy out all of a sudden. And, well, it's only the 5th, but he's given up 5 runs, and I think they're going to try to get something going. So I think Randy Jones has had a short day here. He's only pitched 4. They're going to have to go to the bullpen after they get some pinch hitting action here. So let me just do some card rearranging. You'll be here till the end. Thanks, Mike. I'll try to keep it flowing. So Jones's day will be done. We'll see a new pitcher for San Diego. But not right now. Right now we'll see a pinch hitter for him. And do my bookkeeping. Who's it going to be against the lefty Fryman? If I don't keep the cards in order, folks, I'm hopeless. It becomes a mess so quick. It becomes really frustrating. So a couple of seconds to get the cards in order. Well, Dave Roberts is an option. Oh, no, against lefties? Wow, he's terrible. Holy shit. Let's see. Oh, it's probably going to be Merv. Merv Rettenmund is going to come on for San Diego and do some pinch hitting. It's early, but they're in danger of watching this one get way out of hand. So if they can get a little productive here. Jones clearly not doing well against the Cincinnati pitchers. Well, Fryman now will face Rettenmund. Merv comes in to make his first at bat. A solid veteran hitter. That's a 9.52 in play chance. And a line drive, but right at Concepcion. He takes 2 steps to his left and draws it in with ease. So Rettenmund hits it hard, but Concepcion barely had to move, and now there's 2 down. Gene Richards, he's due up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. 2 outs, runner on first. That's a 3.93. Ballpark chance 93 is too high, so we'll re-roll for an in-play result. 0-2 could be trouble. And Richards gets a hold of this one. It is high, it is deep, it is off the top of the wall. Around second, on his way to third is Rader. Chasing it down is Griffey. Rader around third now. He's being waved home, and he will score as the throw comes into the cutoff man. And Gene Richards, no, not the wrestler, this baseball player, has himself an RBI triple, and it's 5-2 as the Padres show signs of life. Well, the pinch hitter didn't work out, but Richards had seen enough of Fryman to get a good read on his fastball, and he didn't miss. He missed a home run by about 3 feet. Quick game to play, and range error checks are right there on the player card. It's really simple. I love it. So Richards on third now with 2 outs. And Mike Champion with an RBI chance. He's 0 for 2. Fryman delivers 2 as a defense check, speaking of which, 91 will be a possible error to left field. The left fielder, Foster, is an E4. We'll re-roll everything. 35 on the E4. And Foster's going to misplay this, I think. Yep. So Foster settles under it, and oh my God, he drops it. He drops it. It's an E7 on Foster. He gathers it, throws it in, but it's too late. Champion safe at first. And Richards scores the 3rd run for San Diego. And boy, oh boy, there's a reason George is in there, but it's not his fielding, it's his bat. Not a bad fielder, but he just misplayed that one, got a little too casual, and it cost him a run. Now it's 5-3, and Champion's on first with 2 down. What a gaffe by Foster. Not a world champion play at all. And now you've got to deal with Winfield with Champion on. Winfield's already homered today. Champion's going to check his auto steal. It's a 3. Oh, he's going to go. Uh-oh. This might be a suspect decision, but he's going to try to get in scoring position. So the first pitch from Fryman is low, and Champion's off to the races. He's a D against Plummer's 2 arm. That's not good news. Pretty sure that's going to be a poor chance. It is. Plummer's got a very good arm. And an 0-8. Uh-oh. That's actually interesting. He's going to have the steal, and this could be an error on Plummer. We got to roll a D6 against Plummer's E rating. Error 3. And the throw is high and on into center field. So Champion hustles over to third. And, so Champion has the stolen base and advances to third on the errant throw by Plummer. And now there's a runner on third with 2 outs for Winfield. Well, I guess we thought it was a bad idea, but he caught Plummer napping, and he tried to snap that throw down there and just overthrew it. Yeah, all the carded players is very nice, Mike. Ooh, what the hell just happened? That is my favorite part of Payoff Pitch and the thing that got me over here to begin with. Although I found out 54 does not have all the carded players, so be careful. There might be other errant seasons. It's missing some of the fringe players. Oh, we don't have to move anybody. So Champion's down at third now after the errant throw. 2 outs, and here's Winfield, who's homered. He's 1 for 2. 9:56 in play, and this one is grounded to third base. Rose is there, picks it, and makes the long, strong throw in time to get the speedy Winfield and get out of this inning. But 2 more runs for San Diego, and we've got a ball game, folks. It's 5-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Reds holding on to a 2-run lead. They'll try to get something going, and the Padres will have a new pitcher. Who's it going to be? We're going to need some innings. And you've got Morgan, Foster, and Concepcion, and you want somebody good. A lefty and 2 righties. You're not going to go to Fingers. It's a little early. It's only the 5th. You could go to Tomlin. Tomlin's a short reliever, though. We'd like some length here. I don't know if they have... Well, actually, it's early in the season, and he's not in the rotation yet. It's going to be the left-hander Bob Shirley. A long reliever spot starter, at least right now. He's going to be in the rotation soon, but right now he's not. So he'll come in and get some work in. Try to keep this one close. He's a 3-hitter. And let's see if we need to do a double switch here. No, probably not. The only one, we're not going to take Winfield, Champion, or Richards out, so no double switch. Shirley will just come in and be the 9th hitter. Which means he will replace the pinch hitter Rettenmund. Well, unless actually Rettenmund could. No, we're not going to swap Rettenmund for Winfield, are we? Highly unlikely. So Rettman's day is done. And Shirley comes in to get some work and try to keep this one close. If the Padres can score a few more runs, he might have a chance at a W. In real life, Shirley will go 12 and 18 with a 3.70 in 1977. Throws left. Wild pitch of just 30. And I'm going to take a sip of water before we continue with Morgan, Foster, and Concepcion, bottom of the fifth. Reds lead 5-3. I do really like the card quality as well. Here's Morgan. He's got 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Things are coming in twos for Joe. He'd like to make it 2 world champions in a row. That is a 1083. Defense check. Possible error on the shortstop. The shortstop is Allman, and he's a 2. Reroll them all. It's a 94. Should not be an error. Indeed, it will not be. It's a grounder to Allman, and he fires over to first in time. And Morgan is finally retired, 1 away. Well, here's dangerous George Foster, 1 for 2 with a double and a ribby today. The pitch from Shirley, 7. That didn't want to come in. 7:35 in play result. Pops it up on the infield. Once again, it's Allman. He's there. Just behind second base, and Foster's retired. A jam shot by Shirley, and Foster got over anxious on a 2-strike pitch. George trying to make up for that error. He was thinking about nothing but hitting out of the ballpark, and instead he popped it up on the infield. Well, it's 2 away, and here's Concepcion, who's 1 for 2. 11.99, wheelhouse chance, but a really high number. Concepcion drives this one out toward left field. Settling under it in stride is Richards, and that's the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 for Shirley. He comes in and does what the Padres needed him to do, keep the score where it is, and see if they can get hot off of Fryman. Fryman's a 7. He's given up 3 runs, a 7 fatigue, I should say, so this will probably be his last inning of work. He's also due to bat 4th in the bottom of the 6th. He's going to face Hendrick, Tennis, and Ivy. Hendrick is 0 for 1 with a walk. 7:46, tough pitch. And a line drive right up the middle for Hendrick. He's got a leadoff single. He stops at first as the throw comes in. Oops, I need to check the auto steal, excuse me. 4 for Hendrick, no auto steal. And it'll be Tennis, who's 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout today. Fryman likes the sign. Here's the pitch, 9.94 in play. Lofts this one out to left. Tennis goes with it. The inside pitch. Foster's under it, and he makes the catch. A little redemption for George. Played that one well, and there's 1 down here for Mike Ivy. Ivy 0 for 2. 6:25 is a patient. And this one is lined into left field. Actually, is it? Where is it lined? 25. 5 says it's actually a short blooper into, yeah, left field. I had that right. It's not a line drive, but a blooper, but whatever. So, being that it's to left, Hendrick will stop at second as the throw comes in from Foster. Foster's arm's pretty good, too. He's got a 5 arm. You're not going to test him there going first to third with a blooper to left. So first and second, 2 outs, and here's Rader and Fryman. Really struggling now. 3rd time through the order. Rader's 0 for 1. He walked a few innings back, actually last inning. 7:38. Tough pitch. And down on strikes is Rader. Well, Fryman took something off, and Rader was way out in front for the 2nd out. Now here's the shortstop, Allman. He's been active on defense, but he's flown out to center twice on offense. The pitch from Fryman to the right-handed Allman. First and second, 2 down. It's 4-17 patient, and Allman lays off, and he'll take a walk, and that's going to load the bases, folks. And, a little bit of a conundrum here. They were hoping Shirley would get some work in, but they're not going to let him hit with the bases loaded. And 2 down. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for Shirley. So Bob goes an inning. Nope, he's not going the rotation. What am I doing? He's part of the bullpen, man. So Shirley goes just 1 inning. They've got a full bullpen after all. It is opening day. That's a happy accident. And who's going to face the lefty Fryman? I think we've been through this already. They do not have a lot of great hitters against lefties, even though they have a bench full of righties. It's not going to be the catcher. Wow. There are no good choices against lefties. That's crazy. Our best choice is Bobby Valentine. Bobby Valentine comes in to bat with the base. Are you kidding me? Well, he's got that 1/48. That's really what we're looking at. Nobody else hits over 200. None of the right-handers, anyway. I'm trying to keep it realistic. So Valentine comes in. Occasional power for the 27-year-old infielder. Bases full of Padres. The game is 5-3. Cincinnati in the lead. Valentine could put them ahead with a base hit here. He can at least tie it. And Fryman looks in for the sign. Plummer gives him something he doesn't like. Now he nods his head affirmatively. The pitch from Fryman. The dice gets away. It's not far. Hold on 1 second. Fouls that one off. So Valentine back in there on the 0-1 pitch. Fryman with the delivery. It's a 5-71. Patient. And this one is lofted to center. Valentine hits it well, but it should stay in the park. Geronimo in stride takes it in, and that's the inning. So, Valentine fails to come through. That is not the card we have in there. And you know he's done. We'll have a new pitcher for the Padres to face Friesen, Plummer, and Geronimo. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Dave Tomlin. Pardon me while I once again organize these cards. I was not expecting to have to make quite this many changes, but sometimes the game just goes this way. So Tomlin will come in and take over the pitching duties for the Padres. Just note that these guys are both out. And he will bat 9th, which was the last guy up anyway. And we know ahead of time that Fryman's day is done. He's struggled the last 2 innings. He'll go 6. We're just going to prep that now. Give me 1 moment. So Cincinnati will have a new pitcher. And there's a couple of arms warming up. We'll have to see the game situation when it's time. Cincinnati with a very solid bullpen. Of course, don't sleep on the Padres. They've got Tomlin and a certain guy by the name of Raleigh Fingers in their pen. Well, here's Dreesen. Dreesen's 0 for 2. Reds still lead by 2, bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch, 9-92, tough pitch. And a grounder to second. Champion's there and flips to first in time to retire Dreesen. 1 away. Here's the catcher, Plummer. Plummer 0 for 2. How about a 9-57, tough pitch. And catches the inside corner. Plummer just looks at it and can't believe his eyes. He's down on strikes, 2 away. Here's Geronimo. Cesar 1 for 2 with a run scored. Jumpy dice are killing me. 5-77, tough pitch. And just out of the hit range, this one's going to be lofted to center field. Hendrick is there. And the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for Tomlin. Nice job. Let's see. Neither team scored in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th. Cincinnati holding on to a lead, 5-3. And we'll have a new pitcher for the 7th for Cincinnati to face Richards, Champion, and Winfield. And due to lead off, by the way, so let's see. Fryman's out. The new pitcher. Who's your setup man? We'll go to Raleigh Eastwick. Eastwick will come in. For those of you interested in alternate history and another timeline and a space-time continuum, Raleigh Eastwick in 1977 went 2-2 with a 2.91 ERA in 23 games with 7 saves. But here in our timeline, he's making his first appearance of the 77 season. Here's Richards. It's well against right-handers. He's happy to see the lefty out of there. Richards, by the way, is 1 for 2 with that RBI triple his last time up. He's also walked and scored. The pitch from Eastwick, it's a 6-15 tough pitch and gets him on a nasty breaking pitch. Richards swung over the top, way out in front. 1 away. Here's Champion. Mike's 0 for 3 reached on an error and stole a base. Did not come around to score. 8-23 in-play result. And a line drive into left field for Champion. His first base hit of 1977. His auto steals a 3. He's not going anywhere as Eastwick steps off and looks him back to the bag. Here's Dave. He's 1 for 3 with a solo homer. Well, Winfield waits. It's a 7-25. Another in play. And, oops, righty. And a line drive into left field. 5. Into left, yes. Champion will stop at second. First and second with 1 down here in the 7th. Padres threatening to tie this one up. It's George Hendrick coming up. Hendrick is 1 for 2. 8-93. That's probably not going to get it done. In play, and this one's lofted to left field. Hendrick got under it. So does Foster, and that's the second out of the inning. The runners retreat. There's 2 on, 2 out for Gene Tennis. Tennis with occasional power. He's also happy to see a righty in there. That is an 8-18 in-play result. And a line drive base hit. Tennis is going to get an RBI here. A liner into right center. Cut off out there by Griffey. Champion will score, and on to third is Winfield. It's an RBI single for Tennis, and it's 5-4. Padres creeping ever closer here on opening day in Cincinnati. It looked like the Reds were going to run with this one, but those Padres bats woke up around the 4th, and it's been getting closer and closer ever since. Well, here's Tennis. Well, that was Tennis, pardon me. Auto steal for Tennis is what we're doing. 3. Oh, a 12. All right, on the 12, we have to check the pitcher's hold. Eastwick is a very good hold. He's a 4. So we will look at the hold chart and roll the percentile dice to see if Eastwick is picked off. So see if Tennis is picked off by Eastwick, I should say. So Tennis with a little extra step to his lead, and Eastwick throws over 68. Nope, Tennis is back, just diving in under the tag. He'll shorten his lead up smartly. Yeah. As soon as this game's over, baby. So it's first and third for Mike Ivy. 2 outs here. Top of the 7th. Dice are jumping. 9-12 in play. And a base hit. Another base hit for Ivy, and that's going to tie the ball game. Oh, my. The Padres have climbed all the way back. Tennis ends up at third. Ivy's RBI single makes it 5-5. And they've seen enough from Eastwick. He goes 2/3 and gives up the lead. Now we've got a brand new ball game here, top of the 7th with 2 outs. Wait, he's still going to have an auto steal chance. Eastwick's day is done. Who are they going to go to? With first and third to get out of trouble here in the 7th. Nope, not yet. Some righties coming up. Well, they actually don't have a very deep bullpen, do they? He's long. We're not going to go long right now. Yeah, we might go long, actually. Who's due? Oh, no. Somebody's due to lead off. Shit. Well, let's see what to do. Well, it's not the ideal decision. We might see a double switch here, folks. In fact, I think we're going to. Dale Murray is going to come in for Eastwick. He is a 5 batter. He will bat 8th, I believe. Just give me 1 sec on that. He'll bat 8th. Are they going to take, actually, are they going to take Geronimo out? Or are they going to take the catcher out? They're going to take Plummer out, folks. You know why? Because Johnny Bench is on the bench. So Fryman's day is done. Coming into play catcher and bat 9th, Johnny Bench. CC 3 2 arm, 6 run, and 3F steal. So Johnny Bench will bat 9th now for Cincinnati. And the pitcher will take the 7th spot. Plummer's day is done. As they perform a double switch here. Thanks for your patience. That is a nice comeback. So Murray's finishing his warm-up pitches, and Ivy is settled on first. We have to check his auto steal. Hang on 1 sec. First and third, 2 down. Yes, even with first and third, I do the auto steal because they make mistakes, folks. Ivy holds his lead. And here's Raider. The pitch from Murray. His first pitch, it's a 7-10 in play. And another base hit for Raider. Oh my, his first base hit. And the Padres take the lead at 6-5. Over to third is Ivy on the basic stealing with 2 outs. Makes it real simple, doesn't it? And San Diego leads. And suddenly the Cincinnati Reds can't get anybody out. Well, Raiders on first. Ivy on third. Raiders auto steal. Not affected here. And it's Bill Allman coming up with first and third, 2 down. The pitch from Murray is a 7.63. Another in-play result. Gosh darn it. And this one's lofted to right field. Should be playable by Griffey, and it is. He's there over by the line and takes it in for the 3rd out of the inning finally. But 8 men come to the plate, and 3 of them score on 5 singles. Yeah, 5 base hits. So a 3-run 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch, and suddenly the Reds trail by 1. And Tomlin will come out to pitch the 8th. Who's due up? Well, not you anymore. It's actually Johnny Bench due up. Make sure I did that right. Yep. Get that pitcher sitting card out of there. That guy sat down. He doesn't belong here anymore. So Tomlin will face Bench, Rose, and Griffey. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Trailing by 1, the Reds. Call on their leader, Johnny Bench. So 8:22. Bench still nursing some soreness from spring training. He was coping with an injury, but in this case, in play, 22. It's a base hit for Bench. Line drive to left. And he's on with a leadoff single. 3 auto steal. Uh-oh. He's going. He's going to go on the first pitch to Rose. He's an F. Tennis's arm is a 3. We know that's going to be a poor result. So the first pitch, it's low, and Bench is stealing? Bench is stealing. Tennis digs it out, a strong throw down, and he has Bench by a yard. Not sure what Johnny was thinking there. Maybe he thought he could caught him napping. Obviously, he wanted to get in a scoring position, but he wastes his leadoff single. And now it's Pete Rose with 1 out. Well, that's the fun of the auto steal, folks. Sometimes stuff happens. You can't play it perfect all the time. This is cocked, so we're going to reroll that as well. Tomlin pitches to Rose. It's a 7.85 in play, and this one's grounded to short. Allman is there, the strong throw, and Rose is retired. He's 1 for 3 now. And that'll bring up Griffey. Griffey is 1 for 3 himself. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Cincinnati trailing by 1. 7:44 in play. Left-hander. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Settling under it is the first baseman, Ivy, to retire the side. So a hit, a caught stealing, none left. The Reds trail by a run as we head to the 8th. I think that'll be it for Tomlin. He's a short reliever, which means he can go 2. I pretty much adhere to the payoff pitch rules. Well, I do adhere to the payoff pitch rules for fatigue, and I find the usage comes out pretty good. May not always be true to life. Some of these middle relievers went 4 and 5 innings in some cases, but we just roll with it. Here's Dale Murray. He came on to take care of things at the end of the 7th. Now he's going to come out and pitch the 8th. And due to lead off is Tomlin. Obviously, that won't happen. We'll have a pinch hitter for Tomlin. That's the other reason Tomlin's day is done. And isn't it nice when things work out that way? From a bookkeeping standpoint. So we're going to have another pinch hitter. This time against the right-hander Murray. And I think it's going to be Jerry Turner. The left-handed Turner will come in and take a crack at Murray. Padres trying to extend. They lead by 1. Top of the 8th inning. A huge comeback. They were down 5. They were down 5 to... Nope. They were down 3-0, then 4-1. And now it's 6-5 San Diego. That's a 9:54 in play. Grounded down to third. Fielding it is Rose, and he fires over in time to retire Turner 1 away. Here's Richards. Richards 1 for 3 today. 772 in play. This one's a high number. That's grounded to Concepcion at short. He takes his time and tosses over to first to retire Richards by a half step. 2 down now. Nice job by Murray on those first 2 batters here in the 8th. That'll bring up Champion, who's 1 for 4. The pitch to Champion, 7:06 in play result. And a line drive through the left side, a base hit for Champion. His second base hit of the day. Auto steal 3. Let's see what's going to happen. Nothing doing. And that'll bring up Winfield. Well, Dave's 2 for 4. He's homered, singled, scored twice. Two outs, runner on first. Murray pitches to Winfield, 464. Wheelhouse, found it, but too high, I think, and it is. Hard hit out toward right field. Winfield going with it. Now settling under it is Griffey, and Winfield's retired. The 3rd out is there. So the Padres threaten, but can't get anything done. And it'll be Morgan, Foster, and Concepcion coming up. They'll face a new pitcher. And it's about that time, folks. Raleigh Fingers comes in to pitch for San Diego. So who's there? Turner? Turner's day is done. It's going to be F. F as in Fingers. Raleigh will come on and try to pitch the 8th and the 9th and close this one out against a dangerous middle of the order. Hold on 1 second. We got to get that pitcher's hitting card where it belongs so we don't screw up any future innings. So Jerry Turner's day is done. He's a terrible fielder. Wouldn't make any sense to put him in there for Winfield. They hope it doesn't come around to Fingers having to bat. So Fingers will face Morgan. Joe is 2 for 3. A couple of doubles, a couple of runs scored, a couple of RBIs. Fingers with the pitch, a 7:67 tough pitch. And grounded to short. Pardon me, Almond is there. Fires over, and Morgan's retired by a stride. 1 away, and it's Foster coming up. Foster can tie this one up in a hurry. He's very capable. He settles into the right-handed batter's box. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Fingers looks in for the sign. He's coming with the hard stuff. It's a 3. It's going to be a defense check 29. Range center field. That is going to be a C range for Hendrick. Reroll them all. It's a 14. That's trouble. And that'll drop in for a base hit. And it's going to get past Hendrick. Foster around first on his way to second. A hustle double for George Foster here. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Foster finds himself on second base. Auto steal 4, and he doubles. Nope. So he'll stand on second, take a very short lead. Doesn't want to get picked here. He's the tying run. And here's Concepcion, a notorious clutch hitter. He's 1 for 3 so far today. If clutch exists, Concepcion has it. 7-40, not this time. Fingers with a nasty breaking pitch, and Concepcion's knees buckled. He was badly fooled. Half-hearted swing. 2 outs. Here's Driesen. Driesen, the definition of professional hitter. 26-year-old left-handed first baseman. Has no hits today, 0 for 3. In fact, he hasn't gotten it out of the infield. Fingers delivers a 666. Well, that's not good news for Driesen. In play. And lofted to left field. There is Richards. He has it for the 3rd out. So the double goes wasted. We'll go to the 9th. San Diego 6, trying to add to their lead against the Reds, who have 5. Hey, Chris, man, how you doing? Happy New Year. Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's going well. Enjoying the new year. About to go out to dinner. Wife's getting a little impatient, so we're hoping Raleigh Fingers closes this one out. But Dale Murray will come out and pitch to Hendrick, Tennis, and Ivy. He's worked 1 1/3 so far. This will be his last inning no matter what. 8-98. Patient pitch and lofted to left. Under it is Foster. Over by the line and makes the catch. So Foster's error earlier turns out to be extremely costly. It cost him a run. And while it wasn't the go-ahead run, it enabled the go-ahead run to be a thing later on. Here's Tennis. He's 1 for 3. 669, another high one. And a base hit. Tennis clobbers this one. A weird swing, and he slaps this one into left. A 1-out single for Gene. Check that auto steal. It's a 3. And he's going. A low pitch to Ivy. Tennis is off. That's cocked. Roll it again. 67 against a C2. Not good news. I think that's high enough, though. And it is. Tennis, a sneaky stolen base, and he puts himself in scoring position. All right, Bench's arm is a 2. Yep. So Tennis gets himself in scoring position now, and here's Ivy. Ivy, who singled in the tying run earlier, he's 2 for 4. Thanks, David. Appreciate that, man. 8:07. The pitch from Murray. Patient, and Ivy lays off. He'll draw a walk. Murray very careful with Ivy there, and he doesn't mind putting him on first base. That sets up a double play against Rader. Rader's 1 for 3. He's scored a run, walked, and driven in a run. San Diego would like to add to their lead against this difficult Cincinnati lineup. If you're looking ahead to the bottom half of the 9th, Fingers will place 7, 8, 9. It's Plummer, Geronimo, and Bench due up. And boy, doesn't that bench substitution suddenly become high and center. 8:55 on the pitch from Murray. Patient, and another wall. Well, he didn't want to do that. He's trying to paint the corners here, and suddenly it's bases loaded. Well, they got to give Bench a chance in the bottom of the 9th. That's what the manager's thinking. So Murray's day will be done. A single and 2 walks, that's enough for the manager. He goes 1 2/3 innings. And they're going to go to some artillery here. Pedro Bourbon, their closer, will come out and pitch with the bases loaded. Bourbon. Where the hell's Bourbon batting? Oh, no. Did I not make that swap earlier? I think I did. I just don't think I noted it. He's actually due to lead off. Well, that doesn't matter. This would be Murray. So Pedro Bourbon comes on in. He takes a moment to throw a few warm-up pitches. The bases are full of Padres, and he'll face Bill Almond. A scrappy hitter. Does better against lefties than he does against righties. Bourbon wants one of 2 things here. He wants a double play first and foremost, but he'll take a strikeout. Almond strikes out his fair amount. So runners full of Padres. They have a 1-run lead top of the 9th. Bourbon is ready. He looks in for the sign from the stretch. The quick delivery by Pedro. 3:39. No wild pitch possible. That's a defense check. Possible error on the pitcher. He's a 2-fielder. Let's re-roll everything. And 67 on a 2 will not be an error. So let's see. 8 is a ground ball advance. They're going to get a actually they're not going to get a run because he's always in. He's always in, folks. So the way I'm going to rule this is Almond taps it back to Bourbon. He throws quickly home and gets the runner on the force at home plate. They'll only get the one. So Almond reaches on a fielder's choice. And wouldn't you know it, Fingers is coming up with the bases loaded. They were hoping he wouldn't get to bat. Well, if he's got to bat, this is a good situation. It doesn't hurt him too much if he doesn't do anything productive, but if he happens to sneak a base hit or a wild pitch through, hey, Legend Sports Universe, Happy New Year. Good to see you, man. We got the top of the 9th here, bases full of Padres. They lead by 1, and in a difficult situation, they brought Fingers in for a 2-out save. They'd love to pinch hit here, but they're not going to because they need Fingers to close this one out in the bottom of the 9th. So Raleigh Fingers comes to the plate, gets a chance to hit. A rare chance. He is a right-hander with a 1 batting card. Here's Bourbon. No wild pitch chances for Bourbon, by the way, if you're wondering. The pitch, 828. He comes right after him and strikes him out. 3 straight fastballs. And Fingers never had a chance. He was swinging up there wildly, but couldn't do anything. So the Padres load the bases. They bring in Bourbon, and he does what he needs to do to maintain the score right. It's 6-5 San Diego. Fingers comes out to face 7, 8, and 9. It's the pitcher due up, Bourbon. Obviously, that's not happening. He's not paid to hit. He is paid to close it out, and he's not going to have an easy time here, I don't think. Fingers will face a pinch hitter. Let's see who's coming up to the plate with a bat. That was BC. This is D. So Bourbon goes, how many outs did he get? 2 outs. Bourbon goes 2/3, and he's done. Brain not working. Got it. A 3rd guy coming into this spot. Well, that's actually, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. D is going to be a pinch hitter. I used C twice, but it's okay. One was for a pitcher, one was for, well, I think it's going to be, he could tie it up. Got 2 options here. Get somebody on base with no home run chance, or we bring up the guy with home run power. In a 1-run game, it's a very special moment, ladies and gentlemen. Champ Summers is going to grab a bat to come to the plate. It was either Champ or Mike Lum or Ray Knight. We decided to go with Champ Summers. We're actually going to do this. Sorry. It means Lum is still available on the bench, too. So Fingers steps on the mound. He waits on the rubber. Summers settles into the left-handed batter's box. He is paid to hit, and it's a 1-run game, 6-5. Cincinnati looking for 1 here in the 9th. Maybe 2 would be nice. Fingers the pitch, 896 in play, and lofted to right field. Summers gets around on this one. It's heading back. Winfield going back toward the wall at the track and makes the catch. Summers gave it a ride, but the park was just a little too big for that swing. And there's 1 away. It's going to be Geronimo coming up next. Cesar will hit an occasional homer, but he's also got extra base power, and they need a runner in scoring position at the very least. Fingers back on the mound. Geronimo waits. 1 for 3 on the day is Cesar. Here's the pitch from Fingers, 5-77. Tough pitch, and lofted to center. This one's got plenty of room for Hendrick. He's there and makes the catch. There's 2 away, and it comes down to this, folks. Johnny Bench, who did not start the game due to some spring training injuries, came in to catch back in the 7th, and here he is with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. The world champion Cincinnati Reds on opening day in Riverfront Stadium, trailing by 1 run. And their leader, Bench, comes up to the plate. Johnny's 1 for 1, made a gaffe earlier and got caught stealing in his pitch hit attempt. But now he could end this one with 1 swing. Well, tie this one with 1 swing, pardon me. Fingers, waits, likes the sign, bench is ready. That's a 6. In play, 07. I think bench got the better of him. Drives this one into the gap in left center field. Racing over is Richards, and he can't make the catch. Cuts it off on the bounce. Bench is digging for a second, and he'll be in there. The throw's offline. Bench with a double. And they cannot pinch run for him. They don't have another catcher. So he's a 6 running speed, if you're wondering. And that'll bring up Rose. Well, here's Pete. Bench with a double off Fingers with 2 outs, and now it's Rose with a runner in scoring position trying to tie this one up. Pete is 1 for 3 on the day, also walked and scored a run. Pete from the left side, bat waving slightly, bent over and hunched. Fingers twirling his mustache, taking his time. I'm gonna say Pete Rose, baby. Pete Rose. What'll happen? The crowd is begging Rose to get a hit. Fingers has other ideas. Let's see how it turns out. The pitch from Fingers. 9-0. Oh my God, we're going to have a rare play. It's a patient rare play. We'll re-roll the percentile and see what happens. For those of you at your charts at home, it's a 16 on the runners on base patient rare play chart. Let's do some reading. 16, batter laces a line drive down the left field line if the visiting team is batting. Nope. If the home team is batting, the up rolls the ball fair. Batter is safe on second and all runners score. Pete Rose comes through and ties this ball game. Rose with a double, a clutch rare play double, and it's 6-6. And Fingers can't believe it. Fingers can't believe it. It's a brand new ball game. Well, not really. It's a ghost runner with 2 outs, folks. God forbid in 1977, but Rose is on second. It's a tie ball game, 6-6. The Reds trying to claw this one back out of the grasp of the comeback Padres. And Griffey will come to the plate. We'll have to check Rose's auto steal. He doesn't steal a lot, but he has a 4. So a 2 or a 4 doubles here means he's going to try to steal third. The 9 says no. Fingers takes a walk around the mound, catches his composure. And it's going to be Griffey. Griffey stepping into the box. He's doubled today, 1 for 4. Fingers maybe getting a little fatigued. He sat for a long time while his team loaded the bases and failed to score on the top of the 9th. And now, up against these dangerous Cincinnati hitters, Fingers looks in. Griffey waits from the left. The pitch. It's a 3-27. Defense check. Uh-oh. Ranged center field. It's going to be, nope, not Geronimo. It's going to be George Hendrick. He's a C. We have to re-roll everything. 0-3. That's trouble, folks. That's going to be a base hit of some sort. Let's check the chart. It's a base hit. It drops in front of Hendrick. He can't get there. Picks it up, fires home, rolls around third, racing. The throw's offline. Rose scores. Rose scores. Reds win. Reds win. Oh, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat against one of the best closers in baseball. On opening day, the world champion defending Cincinnati Reds come back in the 9th with 2 big runs. The 2-out double by Bench, the double by Rose down the line, and Griffey comes through with a bloop single to center, and Rose charges home, beating the throw. 7-6 Cincinnati. What a game, folks. What a way to start our 1977 replay. Now I have to take my wife out to dinner for my birthday. But holy cow. An awesome start to 77, folks. We'll be here all year. And I get to keep my dinner date and not get yelled at. Well, it's my birthday, so she can't be mad at me, but we might be a little late. It's okay. We're just going to Houlihan's. The reservation doesn't really count. I just want a good burger, some baked potato soup, and a nice beer.
I changed the reservation because I knew you were going to be longer than.
Well, listen, it was a great game, babe. It was a great game.
I heard. Good. I'm glad you had fun.
Holy mackerel. Well, we had one other game, folks, just to take a moment and talk about it. Oh, that ain't it.
Only by 15 minutes, though, so.
That's fine. It'll be good. I'm quick. We had one other game today, played before in the afternoon. It was California at Seattle. The Angels beat the Mariners 4-1 on the strength of Frank Tanana's complete game four-hitter, if you were wondering. Homers in that one, there weren't any. So keeping track on your out-of-town scoreboard, that's our only other game today on April 6, 1977. But boy, does that pale in comparison to what we just saw happen here. A fantastic start to our 77 replay on the channel. We're doing this in a calendar year, folks. We'll be here all year. My name's Joe. This is JC Sports Replays. Pete Rose walks it off against Raleigh Fingers. Oh, pardon me. Ken Griffey walks it off against Raleigh Fingers, and Pete Rose scores the winning run. Happy New Year. Happy birthday. I feel like for us to do the snowman right now, we don't get better than that. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Been an awful lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow evening around 6:30 p.m. with another game. You all have a good night. Happy New Year.